people don't get it. We have clients all over. We build, like right now, we build in more, but we have completed bills in 150 counties. And every one of them is different.
Yep.
And every one of them has a different set of rules and restrictions and what they want and what they don't want and what they'll do.
They all under the IBC, but they still all have their own.
Oh my God. There's some, like we moved in Tennessee. We went up there, we had 2 houses built in 2 separate counties, and we went up there to pull permits and said, oh, we don't do permits, just go build it and have fun. You're like, wow. Can you guys call the state of South Carolina and let them know that this is possible? But there's nothing we can do. And so speaking into that, like in terms of permit and why, like maybe you could connect the dots here. So like, we talked about stormwater management, these land disturbance permits.
Yep.
There's a reason for it. Everybody's moving here. Mm-hmm. All this land is getting grabbed up. And so the county is trying to control what's going where, because if there's all this available land and you got industrial facilities going up, commercial buildings going up, and other people are buying little chunks in the middle to build houses on, that's problematic.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying to put like, it's a good concept. They're trying to be planning and be forward thinking
instead of proactive, instead of reactive.
Yeah. But it's a pain in the butt to someone who's trying to build a dream home. But, we get more pushback with homeowners because, the loan's closed, like they've made it through that part, right? And we're doing all 100% custom homes. Like we're designing these things from the ground up. They're working with our design team. They're creating their floor plan. They're coming in, they're picking all the material selections, and we're putting it to a pre-baked fixed price contract.
Yep.
And delivering it to them. And then the loan closes 60 days later, the money comes in, and then we're like, and we try to work on this stuff ahead.
But there's only so much you can do ahead.
Correct. Especially with a land disturbance permit, because like we get, like sometimes if you don't have that, you can get out there and you can do some preliminary grading and kind of get the ball rolling.
Yep.
Before, actual permit and
or not at issue a building permit till that thing is in hand.
Correct.
Yep.
And so, but with the land disturbance and all this other stuff, like connect the dots there for people. Cause I think that there's a knowledge gap there too. Is like, hey, what are you talking about? We planned this, we've done this, we've been working with y'all for 3 or 4 or 5 months. The money's in your hands. Why is nothing happening here? And we're waiting on permits, and they just don't understand it. Like, right. From your perspective, share a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I think I was talking to a home builder about this yesterday. The fallacy is that every permit is like a building permit that you can get in 30 days, 45 days. And that's just not the case. So land disturbance permits are required statewide. And then every municipality has some municipalities are able to, produce those permits internally if they're certified, by the state of South Carolina, to do so. But then other municipalities are not. It goes straight to Columbia and is processed that way. However, you cannot, no municipality will issue a building permit without a land disturbance permit, either from the county and state, or from the state if it's one of those counties that goes straight to Columbia. And unfortunately, even at, the engineer's most efficient, you get comments on Monday, they're back out on Tuesday, kind of thing. Those permits are 60 to 90 days, no matter what. And that's just because every review is a 30-day timetable, for the municipalities and the state, and they will take every day of that, to review it.
Cause they're all probably looking at what, 200,000 or 300,000 a month time.
Well, sure. Yeah. And so, that process just takes that long. Cause if you figure, okay, an engineer takes, let's just call it a 10-lot subdivision, right? Takes an engineer, let's call it 60 days to design. He submits it to Spartanburg County. Spartanburg County got 30 days to review that initial submittal. Then that engineer is going to get comments, somewhere around that 30-day mark. He's going to have to turn those back around, which typically is going to take a week, roughly. And then they get another 30 days to look at it. Then at the end of that 30 days, if there's still something outstanding, potentially they could get another 30-day review, after those comments are addressed. So that's why I say you're going to be 60 to 90 days just on the permitting process. That does not include the design work, survey, all the due diligence items, wetlands delineation, geotech report if you're doing one, all of that stuff on the very front end. So you're looking at, basically a 6 to 8 month process from the time you decide you want to develop something. And that's on the small side. You're doing a 500 lot subdivision, it's a year, every bit of it. And so, unfortunately, the smaller jobs don't take less time in permitting. They're going to take the exact amount of time because all the municipalities have the same time frame to review on something that's 2 acres versus something that's 200.